Hey, your cookie's in my cream. Well, hey, your cream's in my cookie. Well, maybe they're good together. You bet your life they are. Hey, it's Bryon Lape back with a live taste test of Chef Robert Irvine's FitCrunch whey protein baked bar cookies and cream flavor. Now, this is something that was an acquired taste. However long ago it was, I started seeing cookies and cream, ice cream and stuff like that. I was never a big fan. Over the time, I've gotten a little bit more. So we'll see. So you might have to take a grain of salt with this because this is a flavor. I like it better than salted caramel, or caramel if you're from that part of the country. So if I don't like it, it might be because I'm not a huge fan of the flavor, but we'll see. So I'm going to try and keep an open mind and try to kind of judge it on what cookies and cream might need to taste like. This is not as bad as me doing like a Bud Light review for those who watch my beer reviews. So we have 6 grams of sugar, 16 grams of sugar alcohol, 30 grams of protein. As is with almost all of these, there's peanuts in here, there's almonds, very few. I think it's just more of a solidifying agent and texture on the cookie layer itself. But again, and there's some soy protein in here. So it is isolated, so a lot of the bad crap isn't in there that you would get with the soy. So again, don't know how much of what, but it's 30 grams total. I'm going to guess by it being whey isolate, whey concentrate, and then soy isolate, that I would be surprised if probably the first 2/3 or greater, so say 20 grams is whey and 10 grams is soy. Maybe even less, but that's just going by the listing. Usually things are in order by how much is in these. So the major ingredient here is proprietary fortified protein blend. Well, that's those 3 things. So, take it for what it's worth. At least 2 separate whey protein sources against 1 soy. So I know I poo-poo soy a lot. This is kind of why I bring it up, especially people who know me in real life. But hey, to each their own. All right, let's get started. Ooh, it got kind of warm, I guess. It's a little bit gooey, it looks like, from the chocolate, but that's kind of to be expected on the outside. So we've got chocolate with some probably vanilla or some kind of cream. That's the cream, I guess, stripes on it. There's the chunks there. Most of these bars have that kind of, it's almost like it's a slight crunchy. It's not, and that might be where some of the nuts are, but it's, the best way to describe it is a soft crunchiness. So there's a hint of the crunchy, kind of like, maybe sprinkles or something. They're not really crunchy. As soon as you just kind of, and they're gone. But it gives the illusion of crunch without the hard chewing of a crunch. That's the best way I can describe it, at least at the moment. So let's go. Ooh, nice chocolatey, but it's like a chocolate like from an Oreo kind of chocolate. Okay, so on the you got a chocolate, looks like you got a chocolate cookie layer baked, some kind of nougaty layer. That's probably where a lot of the whey protein is, I imagine, or at least the protein source. It's kind of soft, little chewy. This one is quite chewy. I don't know if it's chewier than the peanut butter chocolate one that I did, but it does stick to my teeth a bit, unlike the birthday cake one, which didn't stick to my teeth at all. So keep that in mind. You're going to get chocolate on your front teeth. A lot of these bars that have quite a bit of chocolate in them seem to do that. So it's something to do with the chocolatiness, probably the sugar to combat the chocolate. So that might be where a lot of the sugar is located too, on this just chocolatey layer on the outside. And so it's going to make it stickier. I don't know if sugar alcohols make things stickier, but there's quite a few of them in here as well. So, but flavor-wise, it's pretty good. And for a flavor that I'm not a huge fan of, I almost didn't pick this up, but they were 2 for $4. I think that was what the price was at Meijer's. So I got this one and I got the birthday cake one to kind of take advantage of the slightly cheaper price. I'm like, hey, just because I don't like cookies and cream doesn't mean someone out there watching, that's their favorite flavor and they want to know. So from a standpoint of what I understand about the flavor, you're looking at about an 8 maybe an 8.5. So it has good cookies and cream flavor. It's subtle. It's not overpowering. It's not like, excuse me, it doesn't feel like you're eating a huge half-gallon ice cream of cookies and cream. It's more cookie and chocolate than the cream side. So like an ice cream flavor is going to be the other way around because the ice cream is your base ingredient there. But the creaminess in that layer right there above the chocolate cookie is quite good. Like I said, it has like a nougaty layer, or I guess vanilla on the outside, and then it's dipped in chocolate, and then you've got vanilla swirl going, or the cream swirl. So you get, what I like about this arrangement is you pretty much get all the flavors constantly. It's not, I mean, the bottom isn't that way, so if your tongue is against this side, you're going to get a lot of chocolate at first. But as you bite into it, you have a chocolate and cream layer on the outside, then you have some creaminess, and then you get the chocolate cookie. And I like that, the way it's positioned that way. And so you kind of get all those flavors, and once you're chewing it, you got all the flavors all the time. It just kind of goes back and forth. I would say it was a dance, but you know, maybe it's a little bit pushing the metaphor some. But it is, I like that arrangement, and I've noticed that with some of the ones that Chef Robert Irvine has done, when they're layered that way, you get this mix of flavors constantly as opposed to just one and then another and then whatever. And it's, what's nice with that cookie layer too is the softness. A lot of these bars are soft. Some of the ones I've had from other brands, they're really hard. I've had some that were really chewy, almost like chewing on taffy, and you gotta about pull them apart. This you don't get. Now you do get with this, because of the sugar and the chocolate, the stickiness on your teeth, at least I do. If your teeth aren't so adept at holding on to chocolatiness like that, then you probably won't notice. But this is why I do these, this is why I cut. You know, people ask, how come you cut? You don't need to see me chew, you don't need to see me pick stuff out of my teeth so I can speak without stuff hanging out. That's why I have the water to kind of help wash it out. So to me, this is a really good cookies and cream. I've had a lot worse. And I had a cookies and cream Hershey's bar once that was horrible. I mean, it was a little one, fortunately. It was terrible. This was very good. It's not overly sweet. It's a little on the sweeter side. I think it was it 13 grams of actual sugar? 6 grams of actual sugar, 16 grams of sugar alcohols. So from a sugar standpoint, you're a 5-to-1 ratio because you have 30 grams of protein. And the sugar alcohols, maybe they count, maybe they don't, but even if you do, you're still almost a 2-to-1, and that's not bad. Again, the sugar alcohols give you that sweetness. My understanding with them is they give you that sweetness, but you don't digest them. Now, there's some research that suggests that sweetness, the brain can fool the brain into creating, hey, pancreas, you need to do more insulin. So be mindful of that. Some people have that. I have the reaction sometimes, but not always. I've had it where I've had something sweet, but it was sugar-free. And then an hour later, I just crashed. I had a pre-workout like that a couple of years ago, and man, halfway through my workout, I was just crashing like crazy. But once I knew that, I would start drinking Gatorade and stuff, got my blood sugar up. But this does have some real sugar in it. Now, it's 6 grams for the whole bar. So it's not like it's per serving and there's 5 servings in here or something crazy. So to me, this is a fairly good alternative. It is low sugar, high protein. You could conceivably do this at the gym. A lot of times it depends on what your workout's like and how adept you are at having something solid. It is a nice soft chew, but as far as, you know, an in-between meal, protein source, when you don't have time to make something, this might be a good alternative, but know that it might stick to your teeth. So if you're headed off to a big business meeting, you may want to skip that. It is a little crumbly. There are some crumbs that are falling, so if you're going to eat this in the car or something, be mindful you might get chocolate on you. But that's depends on your lifestyle, what you're doing, and that kind of thing. So this is definitely a recommend, especially if you can pick them up on sale. This is I've done 3 flavors totally, and it depends on how I edit this. Hey, wait, this is the second one because I shoot them in one order and edit them in another. It's just my thing, I guess. But so far, I really liked this brand. I haven't had a bar that was, horrible. I like the concept of it baked, but it's baked, but it's still soft, which is good. So it's not like a hard cookie. I've seen some are baked like eating like a pretzel or something. So I like the softness, and it's a little bit chewy. Like I said, this one's going to stick to you a little bit. So overall, this is like an 8. I think as far as that is concerned. I still want to know what the ratios of protein. Someone's going to ask me. I know someone's going to ask me, especially people that I know in real life that watch my videos and see me at the gym or see me at work or something like that. They're gonna be like, how much is it? You know, I get it. I have a niece who's allergic to corn. Corn syrup doesn't bother her, but the cornstarch that's in here would probably be a little too much, so she wouldn't do that. So that's why I have some sensitivity. You know, I got a brother who gets migraines from chocolate. I've got a niece who gets sick from corn products. So, and then my nephew, he grew out of his his peanut allergy, but I also know some people who have peanut allergies, and I also know people who have problems with wheat. So, because they'll ask me, hey, what's a good, you know, gluten-free beer and stuff like that, which I need to start reviewing some of those as well. So, so this is my life, but you know, hey. So anyway, I digress. Again, for some reason I'm getting, I don't know why, but I've been real chatty Cathy these last several videos, and I apologize. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for clicking like. Check out Chef Robert Irvine's protein bars. Let me know what you think of them. Do you like my? Maybe you're like, hey, dude, that's a 12 out of 10, or maybe you're the other way around. Like I said, we're going to be doing some things with the protein powders and stuff, and it's going to be very interesting next month or so as I find the time to explore cooking with a lot of stuff. So, all right, this is the difference between having a chef do these things and some, like a, you know, Arnold or some bodybuilder. They don't really care. They're not cooking anything. So anyway, it's going to be very interesting. Thank you very much. Thanks so much, and we'll see you later. Bye. No, I'll do it later. All right, blabbermouth, don't take so long on this one. Timer. I need a timer again. It's blabber, 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 blabber. Why? Why am I blabber, blabber? All right, pre-cut.